We begin today's session in the world of unknown skies and valleys, what I like to call the Illusory World, because from the outside it looks static and unchanging within the wizard's orb. And from the inside, looking outside into the material plane of Varheim, you can't really see it anyways. And then you are on this hill, or cliff, whatever you want to call it, surveying the unknown skies and valleys, having drifted down from the sky, essentially, after flitting through the cracks of the orb by using your gaseous form potions. And you see in front of you a deep valley of trees surrounded by mountains on all sides. A full moon hangs in the sky, and you can just see the glint of light on a couple flowing rivers in the center that lead to a large chasm. And you can also see the glint just in the very far distance. Probably Arnu's one of the only ones who can see this because she has sharp eyesight. But you see the glint of some of the moonlight catching on the ice of a far away glacier. To your left, which is effectively north, you see a dark shape of some type of building, some type of temple off in the far distance. You see the lights coming from a small village in the center of the valley, surrounded by trees and farmland. The chasm just sits about half a mile or to a mile away to the north. And you can just barely make out a shape of a tower to the south. Somewhere here in this world is the archwizard Raven, and also the other part of Thiola's soul. Somewhere lost. And I will have everyone make a percentile check to see how the magic of your potion works in this world.
Percentile check? What is...
So D100.
Oh, right. The big guy there. Yeah, which is...
10.
10.
I got 90.
90.
So did I. I'm shocked, actually. As it's me getting a good roll, I'm assuming it's a good roll, it's probably something inconsequential, I dare say.
So we got a 10. 10 is not great.
69.
Nice. Alright. So... Actually, 10 is good in this case. 90, 69, and 90 are also not. Alrighty.
I should have known. I think
It
it's
was
too good to be
50%.
true, wasn't it?
It was a 50% chance. I'm like, oh yeah, oh wait, no, that's way above 50.
He's
so
literally
it's
having to
what-
change the game to make your rolls good.
I could go the opposite way, then 10 would suck. But I had to double check what I wrote down here as a good one. So yes, 10 is actually good. So you actually managed to keep your potion of gaseous form in its entirety. It's not consumed. The rest of yours is completely consumed. However, Tinra, your gaseous form potion disappears and is replaced with a potion of incredible luck.
It doesn't feel very lucky, given that I won't have a way to get out, will I? It doesn't feel very lucky.
That's the big question. How the heck do you get out of here?
Yeah. It better be some really incredible luck then, that I can just wish myself out. And that we'll find out later, I dare say.
Yeah. It's an item you can add to your inventory, though, so you can definitely read it. It's just called Incredible Luck. But it is consumable.
Okay, if I stick it in the inventory then. If I do this bespoke item, I'm assuming.
Should be able to just search it up, actually. Unless it's a third-party content. So if it's not enabled and you can't see it, let me know and I will add it later. Alrighty. So as you're surveying this landscape in front of you, Valentine, you still have that sending stone from Favriel.
Yes.
And
yeah.
yep, it's there. And you kind of feel it. I don't know how you want to like notice that there's a message coming through. Maybe it gets warmer. Maybe it shakes. Maybe you actually hear a voice flitting through. But either way, you're alerted to a message. All right, and then you hear a message. Valen Golden. Investigate matter. And it's a whole garbled mess. Action investigate skirt. As verse will artist. Godspeed. So it's a very staticky message.
Just wanted to tell me I'm awesome, apparently.
So you can make an investigation check or an insight check to deduce the message. The insight check will be more to deduce the tone. The investigation will be try and piece it together.
All right, we'll go investigation. Yeah. Oh, well, that's one better than a Tinra. 6.
All right. Well, the most you can gather is, based on what Favriel said, let's see, this would have been a couple days ago, that he was traveling north and to investigate the matter of who hired Zenak, the thief, to take the egg and who else might be interested in acquiring it. But that's the gist of what you can get, other than Godspeed. So he's wishing you luck in whatever you're doing.
Cool.
So the most you can gather is he's going north. The specifics are lost within the garbledness of the message, the static of the message. But you imagine he'll keep you updated if he can. But that's all that message entails.
Good.
Very good.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
Get a new service provider. But then... you say we head to the lights of the city, maybe? Or the town?
That's what I was going to suggest, too. Maybe there's people in the village.
Village people?
Huh.
But no, that's, according to the map there, though, we're going to have to go past a tower on our right and then go north to get to the city, right?
Well, if you go that way, I mean, you could do... Go ahead.
What's the other?
Could look at the tower if it's close by.
As far as thinking, if we're going to pass it anyway, might just pop our head in.
Yeah, you could go down that way and skirt around the tower. The tower is up a little bit of a hill, so you can go up there and take a look. The other option is to skirt around the forest or skirt down the hill through the forest, if you'd like. Yeah.
Skirting is never the way Valentine rolls.
I think through the forest is inviting us to get attacked by wild beasts.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We can kind of maybe if we chart a course that gives us some cover without actually going into the trees.
Yeah, you can definitely stay to the outskirts of the trees.
Well, if we do want to hit the tower, it might be good for us to skirt, like, stay up close to the mountains and then, swing up, because it looks like the front door is on the other side. So if we kind of do the same thing, but we cling to the sides of the mountain and we come up on the hill from the south, west, east, and pop in.
Sounds good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really. I could rotate the tower about just a little bit, so that the door would be on the southwest instead. But that's as much. It's just more or less like a stamp there to tell you. So the door,
Right.
But the door in this case is actually indeed facing south. So yeah, it's a pretty accurate guess there. So yeah, you start making your way down the hill. You can if you want. But yeah, so it's more like a set piece there. Verdun looks very intense.
He's very angry.
But yeah, you may start making your way towards the tower. It is a. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you how long is it of a journey to?
So from what you can gather, it's probably a couple hours.
Oh, okay, that's not bad at all.
2-3 hours ish to make your way to the tower.
Look at me.
But as you start to approach, you can start to see the tower up from below the hill, and you can see that it is a ruined stone tower. Most of it has kind of collapsed over time. And the only other thing of note you notice as you approach is that there is a brazier sitting at the top of the tower, that a portion of it that is still intact, holding the brazier up.
That's the thing that you light on fire, right? Like a torch?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a
So
brazier.
I'm assuming it's dead and there's no fire or anything coming off of it. It's like the remains of one rather than one that's actually being kept active.
Exactly.
Well, this
So
sounds like
you
a job
start
for
per-
Verdun.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, it could be a warning beacon of some description, couldn't it? So if we light it, a load of people might turn up.
Alrighty. Well, as you approach the tower, the question starts, as always, is how would you like to approach the tower? Carefully, normally, or loudly is basically where I'm going with that.
I think carefully in case there's anyone lurking there who's made it their home.
Yeah, is there ever a good time to be loud and obnoxious in an approach? I feel like just always a good idea to be quiet.
To intimidate them.
Yeah,
All right.
Alright. I'll have everyone make a stealth check then, if you're going carefully.
Okay. 21.
Good.
11.
19's respectable.
Whoa.
Alright. So since this is a group check, you'll succeed. As Verdun trips a little bit up the hill and stumbles. Almost hits his chin on the hill. And
No, he falls face first. It's okay. Only his pride was hurt.
Gotcha. So the grass stifles his grunt of enough so that he won't be heard by anything that might be by the tower. And you get up to a little pile of debris, and you manage to approach behind it and peek around, and you see a dark black shape resting on the ground just in front of the tower, about the size of a large grizzly bear. You can see its large black wings folded on its back.
Oh god, it's a dragon, isn't it?
And it has fur.
A baby dragon. Oh, it's not fur. Oh, that's okay then. Isn't there such a thing as a Draco bear? Or am I thinking
Furry
of
dragon.
There is.
But that's
They don't have
I think
wings. You know
that's
enough
okay.
about that. That would be a dragon.
Oh well, I'm sure it's something totally charming and friendly.
And misunderstood.
Yep.
It might misunderstand us, I suppose.
Alright. So that is the sight you see with the tower. That seems to be the only thing that's here, is this beast, and then the razor in the tower.
Can we try to... I was going to say,
Ask-
maybe I can, because we can't really tell what it is, so, maybe just at a distance try to, look at it. I don't know if that'd be, investigation or something, but...
I was
Could
wondering,
you-
can we tell from that distance if it's conscious or not, whether it's just because it's lying on the ground, is it conscious or is it sleeping?
Yeah.
Can we
In
tell
this-
that from the distance?
Yeah, in the stillness of the night, you can hear its rhythmic breathing. That
If
sounds
it's-
like it's
Awesome.
in a sleep.
If it's furry, is it flammable?
That's a bit extreme. It might be perfectly benign. We don't know, do we?
I say you take no chance. Verdan, you light up that brazier and light Dragon Bear on fire, and we'll see what happens.
Y'all want me to
Can't
shoot
get
a
rid of
fireball?
Verdan,
axe?
How is this not a good plan?
I just thought you were trying to get rid of him or something. Doesn't he have to get past to get to the near the brazier to be in range or something?
It seems that in this place we kind of need to interact with things in order to progress. So, I say like the brazier.
If you want to identify what creature it is, you can make a nature check.
Oh,
Might as well give it a go.
yeah. I mean, it could very well be friendly. I just don't think it's fun to light stuff on fire. Oh, let's see. Arr.
Oh, I'm back on form 3. That was great, wasn't it?
Got 24.
Nice. I got 15, so Verdan's still on top.
The 23. Still. Hi, honey. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, hello. Puppies. 16 and 24. Best you can gather, it's a bear with wings.
Huh.
Not a griffin.
Sounds like an abomination that would be happy to be put out of its misery, if you ask me, but we can... even if we let it on fire from a distance, it's probably not going to be burned up before it gets to us anyway, so either we're going to provoke it somehow or we're going to try to talk with it. Is it in this weird realm, is it possible that things that are not capable of speech in the real world would be capable of speech here, or is it all the same rules apply?
It's a good question.
He asks the ether.
It's hard to know for sure. Because this world so far is like the world from which you came. So theoretically, its laws of nature would be very similar. But you also haven't spent enough time to know for sure what the laws of this place are, the laws of nature.
I would say too, if anyone knows, I don't know it, but if anyone knows speak with animals, probably would be helpful.
If it's a monster, I don't know if that spell works. If it's
I mean, it sounds like it's a bear.
Yeah, it's enough. So yeah, 24 is enough to know it's like an owl bear, but just. with
Oh, they're
black
not
wings.
very nice. Yeah.
So spells would work or not work?
More like a raven bear. So I think it depends if. Yeah, it would depend if, in this particular context, this particular creature is considered a beast or a monstrosity. But I think it
That's
works
the
on
thing,
both.
isn't it?
So do that
I
anyway.
don't have. Yeah, I don't have speak with animals today.
I'll give it a go just to see. Okay,
Is-
I'll go try and talk to it then.
Because owl bears are a monstrosity.
Judgmental much? Jeez Louise.
So
Alrighty,
We're right behind y'all, are new.
I'll speak with
Literally.
it will work.
All right. Speak of
Okay.
animals.
So
When you if you're casting that spell, does it have a verbal component?
yes.
All right. So I'll have you make a stealth check using your spellcasting ability. So
So
using your wisdom instead of dexterity, which I think would actually end up being the same anyways. Because you're proficient in stealth, right? Maybe not. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, so it would be your wisdom.
yeah, stealth is +6.
So it would
So,
just end up.
oh yeah, it's just the same. Okay, cool.
So at the very least, you managed to cast the spell with the vocal component quiet enough in this instance not to wake the bear. It stirs a little bit because it does make a sound. But in this instance, it mostly stirs in its sleep, shuffles, shifts a little bit, and continues sleeping.
Presumably the point is to wake it up so I can talk to it, right? So, I might just approach with my arms up and then just nudge it slightly.
Okay.
For the record, I'm ready with
I don't know.
violence.
We got you, Arnie. We're backing you up.
I ready the spell called by.
I'm literally poking the bear.
Alright. Now, are you poking it with your hand? Did you find a stick?
Oh dear.
Using your sword?
And maybe try to be a bit more friendly.
Alright. Well, let's see if it's actually going to care about this. Because it's technically unaware of what's happening. So if you poke it lightly, it may not stir.
Maybe if it maybe likes having its ears scratched, and you could sort of befriend it.
Or light it on fire. Oh, just saying.
What if Verdan just kind of lightly jabbed him with his staff? A little boop boop.
That would work too. But yeah, with the hand or the staff, either way, you have to. A light tap's not going to do anything. It's not going to know you're really there.
Oh, okay. So time out before we get crazy. If it's not going to stir by being touched, it's probably not going to stir with us walking around it. Do we really want to, literally, as you say, poke the bear? If it's not going to mess with us, do we just want to go on about our business?
I mean, yeah, I guess we could search the tower. Unless what we're supposed to do is interact with this thing, but sure.
Oh, I see what you're okay. Oh, no. I was not saying that's what we should do. I was just putting that out there. Do we want to do that if it's not going to respond? But no, if we want to interact, then we interact. Let's do it.
Oh,
you never know. It could be somebody polymorphed, couldn't it?
Hmm?
Or it could be
someone who's
tower
polymorphed
first before we get placed off.
Yeah. Let's do the tower first, and then hopefully the spell will still be working.
Alright. So, because I wasn't sure, like, how do I want to rule this in this sense, I just rolled a nat 1, so it's continuing to sleep right now. So you're free to investigate the tower if that's what you wish.
Do I have...
We should before we get chased off.
Yeah, how long does your spell last for? Because if we can get through the tower fairly quickly, then you might still get a chance to talk to it if it wakes up.
I think it's an hour.
10 minutes.
Oh,
I thought it was 10 minutes.
Yeah. So now the challenge is how to enter the tower. So the structure itself is ruined, so there's not necessarily a really nice staircase that goes up to the surface. Half the steps have fallen out, so it's really hard to reach the top for where you're standing. So that would be the opportunity to come up with a plan of how to enter the tower semi-quietly. But yeah, Jesse had a question.
Oh no, I was going to ask if we had like any water or something, but we've moved on from bear owl thing, so we're good.
Raven bear.
Sorry, Raven bear.
Raven bear.
Raven bear. Okay, well, we're letting Raven bear sleep soundly. So, which that tells me he's probably not an enemy, because if it was an enemy, we know it would be roll for initiative. So, pretty sure he's probably not too bad. But
let's see. All right, so how high up would the thing be? I would say between 10 and 15 feet would be from the ground to where the stair is not ruined.
Ah.
Is it like ruined enough to where we could like kind of hopscotch up there, like do small jumps to kind of climb up?
Yeah, that would be, if you're doing it fancy like that, you could try an acrobatics check. Make an acrobatics check. If you want to try and climb up somehow, that would be, well, they're difficult handholds. So you'd be trying to really rely on your grip strength to find grooves in the ruined walls. So that would be an athletics check to get up there. Other than giving someone a boost.
My acrobatics isn't too bad. I might give that a shot first just to see, and then I could use my rope to lower it down if you all need it, if I can do this. Oh, for crying the heck out loud!
Well, Verdan will try it because he wants to be fancy.
I don't mind giving someone a
16.
boost with some tool.
Alright, so with that help, with the boost... So, first of all, I heard for crying out loud. So I'm guessing it was less than a 10?
One?
Well, one of those numbers is what I rolled.
Alright. Alrighty. So if it's less than a 10, yeah, that won't quite make it up there.
Wow.
Valentino tries to get up there, and he just slips and falls back down embarrassingly. Verdan, with the boost from Tinrat, manages to pull his hand... yeah, exactly. Put his hands on the step and hoist himself up.
Sure. Well done, sir.
That's how you do it. and then I'll reach out condescendingly to Valentino and be like, "All right, take my hand. I'll pull you up."
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
Half dwarf.
That's true. That's true. The elven side of me isn't fine. Can he reach me? Do we have enough? Is there?
Jin was down there boosting people up, so yes, you can definitely get up there. If everyone's going up.
Is there enough space at the top for everyone? I mean, surely I probably need to stay down there to help people down, don't I?
Oh, gravity can help me, I'm sure. She never lets me down.
I'll just stay down in case the thing. Stay down in case the thing wakes up and it needs a conversation.
There's probably not a huge amount up there anyway, so...
No, there's enough for the three of you. Let me just make it check.
It's more just getting back down again. I think I'd rather stay and just help people down, because that way they're not going to have to jump and then fall, potentially.
Well, and we're just getting a lay of the land and possibly lighten this thing, so the only reason we'd all need to be up there is if something requires more than, well, even one, but I'm already up there, so okay.
Alrighty. Let's see here. That's good. Alright, so the foundation stays intact while the three of you are up there.
Oh.
And yeah, you can do what you wish. Light in the brazier.
Can we see anything?
I thought only two people were up there, myself and Arnie were down waiting, aren't we?
Okay, so you two are down there. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely fine then. With the two of you down there, especially the two elves, because they're not the heaviest of individuals, canon-wise. So you two are down there, so the question becomes, how would you like to light to the brazier? Using magic, or are you trying to use a fire starter kit?
I'll just use magic. That seems easier.
Well, I'll have my stuff ready just in case it goes the way it normally does.
Alrighty. So I think there might be like a cantrip or something you can use to light a fire. Because you don't have to use a leveled spell for that, that's for sure. So yeah, whatever magic you would like to use, just let me know.
Control flames, I think, right? Oh no, that's... No, never mind.
You expand the flames, you extinguish the flames.
It has to already be lit.
Simple flames, yeah, it doesn't say you can light the flames.
But I mean, there's firebolt, right?
Yeah. Technically, it doesn't ignite flammable objects. But I will allow it. Oh, it does say that. A flammable object... Okay, whatever. Ignore what I say.
Done.
Do you want me to roll the hit, or is it just gonna work?
You're gonna hit this. There's no way you're gonna miss. But it does have a vocal component.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the reason why this works a little bit differently is because you're casting a spell that kind of goes boof. And so even if you could potentially cast it quietly, you don't have the subtle spell trait for this particular type of cantrip, which is what sorcerers can get sometimes with their metamagic options. So it definitely makes some noise. Loud enough, ooh, yep, definitely loud enough to ignite the brazier. The two ladies down on the ground. You notice that one of the raven bear's wings starts to twitch and move. And then the rhythmic breathing, because your passive perception is high enough to notice, stops. So the breathing of the bear in a deep sleep has suddenly ceased, and you can see that its eyes open up, and it starts to get up off the ground and growl menacingly towards you. But the brazier is
ask, can I sense what? I was going to ask if I could sense what mood it was in, but that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, you can definitely know what mood it's in. It's just awake right now and sees strangers in its midst.
I'm just gonna sort of again put my hands out and sort of say, "We mean no harm."
Alrighty.
Do you understand me?
Well, yeah, you're speaking with a bear. Speak with animals active, so you already used a resource. So I'd say you can make this animal handling check with advantage to see if you can get it to calm down, or basically, it would not perceive you as a threat. Tinor, what are you doing in this situation? As Arnu presumably is hands up or something like that. 21.
I'm just going to be ready with a weapon in case it does attack. But I'm not actually going to overtly look like I'm attacking. I'm just going to wait there ready just in case.
Alright. So with a 21, the bear... You stand your ground and the bear does not move closer to you. And then its eyes are drawn up into the tower where it sees that one of the braziers has been lit. And all of a sudden it goes absolutely berserk, roars and tries to climb up the tower immediately. And having seen the brazier lit, I need everyone to roll initiative. I don't think I have a map for this.
Oh, you know what? This is, I don't know if you all have this in your part of the world, but it must be Smokey, the owl bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. He thinks we're going to be irresponsible with our brazier lighting, or whatever it's called.
Wow, I've done really well. I've got a 3. It's like I'm back on form already. Got a 3.
Got a 9.
That's 2 3s in a row.
13.
5.
Losing initiative to a bear, that's embarrassing.
Wow. Unbearable, you might say. Nobody
Yeah,
seems to want
is.
to do this fight. Y'all are rolling single digits.
Let's see, do I have Cellar? I think there's a thing over here. Where did it go? Air power. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Hope the new map feature works because it says you can roll initiative outside of combat and it will be included. Sure. Alright, you know what? This will work. We'll just throw this down here. That will work pretty good. Put that up there. Once it loads, this is riveting stuff. Good enough. Alright, so add all you guys. Very scary Verdan, and the rest of you guys there. Ooh, this is a bigger scale than I thought. Sure. It's alright. Raven Bear. There he is. Happy looking guy. Add tokens. So you roll a 3 plus your initiative plus 2, so that's a 5, yeah. It does work. Cool. So yeah, it does automatically edit. That's cool. Alright, so I only have Verdan's and Tinra's. Arnu, what was your initiative?
5.
5. So we got 2 5s. Alright. And Valentine?
The man with the spirit of a true fighter rolls a 13, sir. 13.
Alright, and this guy will just roll. That makes sense.
He's going first, isn't he?
So start combat. So since the two of you rolled the same initiative, Arnu and Tinra, you can either act at the same time, or if you want to do just the rules, like the dexterity breaking the tie, Arnu would go first, and then Tinra would be next.
I thought Arnu did slightly better than me, didn't she? I thought Arnu got a 5, I've only got a 3.
Oh, you had your initiative bonus, so you technically got.
Alright, okay.
So you can go at the same time if you'd like, or Arnu can go first. I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, here we are. So let me just position you guys as you were. We'll just say on top of these wood things is the pyre, or the brazier. Two of you are down like bottom of the ruined tower. And this bear is trying to climb up to the top of the tower. So, I don't think it has a climbing speed. It does not. He has a flying speed. Okay, he's still climbing because that's what he said he's doing. So he only gets about halfway up. Let's see. Okay. So, as the raven bear is climbing up the tower, it will roar. And I need everyone to make an insight check, please.
Sweet. 19.
19.
You classic Vardan got a 4.
Okay. Alrighty, so
I was thinking I was in for a really, really good roll because I had +7 on my insight, but it was still only 13. Which when
13's
you can take into account, it's okay, but when you think +7, it should be better than that, really.
Alright.
Still about twice as good as normal.
So the DC is that 4. Okay, with the 16 that succeeds. And sorry, Valentine, what was your
19.
19. Okay, that succeeds as well. So Tinra and Verdan. This is just roll this D4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Cool.
Oh boy.
So the Raven Bear more or less mimics the sound of another creature's roar. So Valentine and Arnu, you're able to discern that this roar doesn't sound like it should be coming from the Raven Bear itself. It sounds like it should be coming from a creature more fantastical, like a griffin or a sphinx or that kind of creature. So you're able to determine that this is a mimicry in the roar form, or as I like to call them, mimic roar. But for Tinra, you failed the saving throw, so you hear the sound of a sphinx or a griffin roar, and so you have the frightened condition. And Verdan, you failed the save by 5 or more, so you're frightened and
Piss your pants.
you take 9 points of thunder damage.
Holy cow.
Flipping heck.
Wow. When you scare hard. My goodness gracious. I feel
I'm
like
hoping
dark.
that's a one-off
I'm too
effect.
pretty to die.
You need to wear brown pants from now on, sir.
Is that got an option there? And then that's all he can do. So he gets about halfway up the tower, roars his face off, and then the two of you are frightened. So you can actually mark that on your character sheet under conditions in case you ever need a reminder of what that does, or if you have it. And I'll leave that up to you to keep track of there.
It's not a permanent condition, though, is it? It's just for this.
Yeah, it's only temporary. There's a frightened. Okay, for a limited duration. That's the Raven Bear's turn. Valentil, you're up.
All right.
There's a success. Hold on, let me double check something here. Success, you make subsequent saves with advantage. Okay. So whenever this thing roars again, you can make all subsequent saves for this effect. Subsequent checks with advantage.
Meaning the people who passed it already can do that, or everybody?
Yeah.
Or...
There were people who passed.
Okay.
But yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, so just to clarify, I'm trying to use this because I don't want to not use it because I don't understand it. If I do Dance of Blades now, if he does attack me, I do have, because it says that one of the blades can be used, if I get attacked, one of them can be used defensively. Can that work upon conjuring, or do I have to already have it active for one turn before that'll actually work?
You need to cast it this turn, but then if it attacks you, you can use your reaction to send one of the blades at it.
Okay, so I'm not defenseless in the meantime. All right, no. So I'm just going to cast a level 2 Dance of Blades.
Alrighty, and I think we have some rules for upcasting it now. So, Dance of Blades. Nope, Fingers of Lightning, Dance of Blades. Using high lever. If you cast a spell higher slot level than 1, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC 10 plus 1 for every slot level above 1. So basically just a straight intelligence check, and the DC will be 11.
Intelligence.
Check.
All right, well that's 27. Oh wait, is that still using a D20?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a 19, and then on checks do you add the intelligence, or is it just a straight die? Okay.
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah,
27.
Alrighty. Yeah, and the check would just be your +4, I believe. Not a save.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
You still pass for sure. It's definitely above 11. So each one of these spectral weapons deals 1d10 force damage.
And now if I failed that, it just does 1d8?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. And I've got 3 of them, right? That's at this level.
Let's see here. When you reach 5th level 4.
Oh.
You have 4 of them.
At level 2?
Oh, when you reach your level 5, so the spell's damage naturally increases as you become more powerful.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like a cantrip.
I got you. Okay. No, I'm not arguing. I'm cool. I just wanted to make sure I got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I do that to inspire all of you with my majestic maneuvering and whirling and summoning, and you'd be like, whoa, we can totally do this, guys. That's
nice. Did you conjure spectral rapiers? I think 3 spectral versions of it. Oh yeah, with your weapon, and you have your rapier. Yeah. So 4 spectral rapiers above your head. In a little bit of an arc.
Yeah, come at me, bear. Come at me.
So that's your action. You still can move. And you still have a bonus action too.
So here's the question. What does the being scared out of his pants do to Verdun? Is he going to be able to defend himself? Is he going to be able to move? In other words, do I have to... Yeah.
Yeah. So he can technically move.
Okay.
But basically he just has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the Raven Bear is in line of sight. And he can't willingly move closer. But he can still move sideways and backwards. Just not closer. But that's it.
Okay, so he's not... Well, it still seems a bit cowardly for me to move
I'm not
away.
Totally defenseless, but yeah.
Right. Okay, well, I'll just move up a little so that we're kind of more or less side by side here. Or maybe I'm just slightly in front so that if he does attack, it would come at me first.
All right.
Damn, I'm selfless. Okay.
What a guy. All right. That's your turn, Verdan. You are up.
I'm gonna whip this out because I haven't had a chance to use it yet.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use the gray bag of tricks.
Nice.
It says I can throw it 20 feet, so
Let's see. How does this thing work again? Bag of tricks.
the one that I have says roll a d8.
Cool.
Take the magic action.
Yep, so it's your action. Yep, D8. So let's see what happens.
Something good, something good. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
It's a 1. So a freaking weasel shows up.
I regret defending Verdan.
So as he throws it, he's like, "Go save me!" because he's terrified, and then that pops up.
Yeah. You could have
better
gotten
than
a dire
nothing.
weasel.
It's a start.
Don't
Maybe
spin
it likes
this.
weasel. Maybe
Alright,
it likes
so
weasel.
Mark-
It might be delicacy for it. You never know.
So mark off 1 charge, and I will add a weasel.
I was gonna throw it like, whoa,
There he is.
so tiny.
There's the guy.
Glad you whipped that out, Verdan. That's aces right there.
It's a
Magic action.
distraction.
It forms into a creature. Creature vanishes next dawn. See the monster manual for. Okay, we have the hit. We have the stat block. It's friendly. It acts immediately after your initiative count. You can take a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what action it does, such as attacking. You can technically also do the quote-unquote help action. So give a creature an advantage on something, and that could be like it crawls up and bites its eye to distract it, quote-unquote, for flavor. Just using the help action, in the absence of such orders, it will probably just take the dodge action to defend itself.
Yeah, this was the plan. If I got something like the rat or something, I was gonna have it jump up at its face and scratch its eyes. Very manly.
Very manly. The weasel has 1 hit point. All right, so that is your action. That is your action to throw this fuzzy ball of a weasel. Pop goes the weasel, but you still have a bonus action, so you command it if you'd like.
Yeah, I command it to go scratch his eyes.
All right, so it will go on its turn and make a melee attack. There. So if it does anything- I don't know if when I stop it, it shares the space. Cool, so you can actually see it on itself. That's cool.
A weasel raven.
And you can move a couple of steps back if you'd like.
Yeah, right there.
So the weasel will make an attack roll. The weasel will hit with a 21. Go, weasel, go!
It's embarrassing that a weasel's better than us.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's got some of the highest damage so far.
1 damage, because that's all his attack does. Add to combat.
But does it do it to the eyeball?
Nah. Sure, but it still only takes 1 damage.
Well, that's all it takes. All you need is a little scratch on the cornea and you start seeing all kinds of weird stuff. This guy's dead. Dead for a ducat.
Look at him, he's so adorable.
He's so cute. He has such a happy face.
Probably means something awful's gonna happen to him.
The Raven Bear looks cute. Yeah.
You threw him to a raven bear. What did you expect?
The Raven Bear looks cute too.
Well,
Alright.
in a manner of speaking.
Yeah. Alright. So the weasel's there. We did the bite. That's good, actually.
Is it
Why
bleeding
can't I
now?
hit it? It took 1 damage. It's fine.
Right. Oh. Well, here's hoping.
Yeah, here's open. Alrighty. So, well, that's pretty good. Our new itinerary. You guys are both up. technically.
Am I still scared or not?
Yeah. So you are still frightened.
So I might just yell up there, "Come on, you two, get a move on. Get down those stairs now while it's busy climbing up."
You can still attack it though. You don't have you just have disadvantage on your attack roll if you want to attack it.
Well,
But
I'm
you
a bit
still-
far away from it, aren't I? It's busy climbing up the thing. I'm
Far, not really, because it's only about 20 feet off the ground. Because it was climbing up the side of the wall, but it's like still like quote unquote in the process of climbing, because this is all theoretically happening simultaneously. So like as it's climbing up the wall, you would have taken an opportunity to hit it with something. It is a very large furry object, basically a sitting duck.
Well, I'll go with my crossbow then, as it's halfway up.
All right. So yeah, you can go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage, but you might still hit it.
Let's face it, the way I've been rolling today, apart from the odd thing at the start, I'm not going to hold my breath. Let's see. 18's decent, isn't it?
Hey.
So that's the
That
one.
should do
but yeah,
it.
unfortunately, it is with disadvantage. Oh yeah, you
Oh,
can
it would
right
be,
click
wouldn't
on your
it?
cross. You can right click on your crossbow to hit, and then you can roll with disadvantage under actions. Okay, we'll go with the it's the same roll.
It
So
would
23
be,
to
yeah.
hit. 18, 5, 23 to hit both times, even with disadvantage. So yeah, you definitely hit this Raven Bear.
Nice. In the butt.
Hooray! So it's D8 plus 2. Let's see.
And then our new.
6 damage then.
You can also roll the damage directly from the actions page as well, so you don't have to always roll the
Okay.
custom dice. So you don't have to do that part, which is great. So 4 plus 2, 6. Is it resistant to anything? Okay.
It's a normal bolt,
Arnie?
isn't it? So I'd like to think it wouldn't be any different from a normal damage.
It takes the full damage. Right, I guess, in the butt. Arnu?
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it,
Nice.
and then fire some arrows at it, hopefully missing the weasel.
Yeah, I did. The weasel's on its face. Yeah, you have the whole center of ass left. Center mass. And the butt. 16 will hit. So So 6 damage plus the Hunter's Mark.
6 plus it's just so that's 7, and then attack.
$27 to hit. Sorry, what was the Hunter's Mark damage as well? Because I got the 6 from the bow.
27.
So it's a 20. 27 will hit because that's a crit there, and that's the critical damage. Okay, so. Okay. And the Hunter's Mark, sorry for the two combined.
Sorry, that was a. 6 for the 2 combined. 2 Hunter's Mark is 6.
Okay. So we got 5 plus 3 plus 6 for the Hunter's Mark, plus another 6 because we maxed out what you could have rolled. And the 2d6 is going to be 12 damage. Yeah, because we maxed out what you could roll, and then you just add what you roll on top of it. So 32 damage. If I factored in everything correctly, so 32 damage dealt to the Raven Bear.
Heck yeah. That's a record, I think.
It's a nice 32 damage. And since it was a critical hit, I believe the bow has a secondary effect
Nice.
called Transmogrify.
Oh yeah.
If you score a critical hit with an arrow fired from this weapon, one weapon the struck creature is wielding is transmogrified into a simple black feather. It doesn't have weapons. If the struck creature isn't wielding any weapons, its natural weapons become lightweight until the end of the creature's next turn. While its weapons are lightweight, all of its rolls are at disadvantage. All of its attack rolls are at disadvantage. So its claws, which is normally used to with its strength, all of a sudden they're like, ah! And they're just kind of floating. Metaphorically speaking.
Nice.
Sweet.
So, takes a bunch of damage. Now, you see as
First
the
time
second
that's happened.
arrow strikes it in the side, or maybe one of its rings, or in the butt, it becomes super enraged and starts frantically trying to climb up the tower even faster and spreads its wings out as if it's going to fly. And that's what it will do on its next
Yippee! Yippee, not.
turn. So yeah, it basically enters a rage. Would you like to move anywhere on your turn? I guess if you were in here, you would have moved to this. Nah, it's fine. You would have hit it from where you are. Because that was your bonus action, and if you're good there, then yeah. Sweet. So, enters a rage, because he's definitely bloodied now, and he's marked. So remember he's marked. But then he starts to spread his wings and fly. So he will, as he was trying to reach Valentil and Verdun. Oh, by the way, you're not frightened anymore, both of you guys, until the start of the Raven Bear's next turn. So you guys are A-okay. So the Raven Bear was trying to climb up the side of the wall in order to reach Valentil and Verdun. But now it spreads its wings with the weasel still attached, I guess.
Wally
Let's
the
see that.
weasel.
Let's see. Let's just roll acrobatics on the weasel, because this thing's gonna go 5. Okay. So the weasel fails the check and falls.
No.
We'll say it doesn't die though.
Good, he didn't fall off the tower.
Kind of slides to a stop. He's fine. Doesn't take enough damage to kill him. Just damage to fall off. And then the Raven Bear flies and circles back towards in the air, about 20 feet in the air, flies around and circles back towards Arnu. It took a lot of damage from her, and it doesn't like that very much.
Very much.
Yes, very much.
Inspiration.
You already have inspiration. You got it last time for deciding to go here without much of a prep and a plan. So you'll have inspiration just as a reminder, and a hero point token as a reminder as well. So as it flies up and basically enters a rage, it will roar again. I need everyone to make an insight check. Those who succeeded last time roll with advantage.
Dirty 20. If I can roll like that to hit, we'll be in good shape, dagnabbit.
25.
Classic Verdun. 5.
You're consistent.
All right, so everyone who got a 15 or more succeed. But Verdun, you rolled failed to save by 5 or more again. So you were frightened. And let me roll a d4 to see what sound of the roar you hear this time. 1. So you hear the roar of a lion. And so your speed is halved until the start of the Raven Bear's next turn. You don't take damage this time.
He was already a little slow. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. But the Raven Bear makes the roar of a lion, which is... First it was a sphinx, now it's a lion. And... Yeah, you keep... It sucks for Verdun right now. Doesn't like this thing. But then it's going to come down on Arnu and probably just make 2 attacks then.
Oh dear.
Nah, it's going to use its Winged Slam. Oh, it's at disadvantage. Curse transmogrify. So it nat ones, it's slam.
Nice.
So it comes down to hit you, and you manage to jump out of the way, dodge out of the way, however you want to flavor it, as it lands just beside you with its claws and its beak and its wings all coming together. Boom. With a big slam, but it misses because it rolls on that one with disadvantage. And that is all that it can do on its turn. Alrighty. Valentine.
Okay. Won't have to ask this again, just out of curiosity, because I've never tried to do this before. I'm just curious. Now, he's more than 10 feet away from me now, right? Him being at the bottom of the tower?
Bottom of the tower. That being said, if you're kind of up, it's kind of like a weird 10 feet. I was going to say the momentum would carry them down, but I think the 10 feet range means they just dissipate if they get beyond that range. So yeah, you'd need to get within 10 feet.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was 10 feet minimum.
Whatever the spells. Whatever it says.
Because it says you may use your action to send all the conjured weapons at a target or separate targets that is at least 10 feet from you, up to 30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet, yeah. So let's get our measuring tool. It's the grab tool. The measuring tool, he's 30 feet away.
Perfect. So just out of curiosity, just so that I'm clear on exactly what the perks of this thing are, if he was, like, before he chose to target Arnu, he was within 10 feet of me, which means I wouldn't be able to throw them at them. It's saying that I could make a melee spell to hit with a 1d8.
Yeah.
Would that be considered... Go ahead.
So basically, how it works, say you have your rapier and you conjure these blades the turn before.
Mm-hmm.
You attack with your rapier, and you can use your bonus action to send one of the blades, basically at the same time.
Okay, good. Okay, so it's not, doesn't become my attack, because I'm like, my rapier is better than that, so why would I even use... Okay. But instead, now that he is further away, and I wouldn't have range, unless I wanted to...
And then the beauty of the spell, if you're not in melee range, because those are both melee attacks, you can use your action instead to send all of the blades towards the Raven Bear. If the attack misses, one spectral weapon disappears, and the rest will reappear around you. So,
right.
At most, you only lose one weapon if you miss.
And just out of curiosity now, he's pretty much right below me, is that?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, if I wanted to do something a little crazy, I'm just trying to get a feel here. If I wanted to, say, jump down upon him with my rapier out and try to plunge it directly into him, would that be something I could try to do and have a little bit of help with that? Or would that be considered like crazy, suicidal, stupid?
No, freaking.
Oh, it was such a bad idea, the DM just left the game. Well,
It's like, how dare you?
that's embarrassing. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Not as embarrassing as Verdan being terrified by everything.
Not eat dryer sheets. Jeez.
A good lesson for us all.
Don't eat dryer
when I do that.
sheets.
But they smell so good.
They do. Oh, no. Alright, so, yes, you can definitely do that.
Okay.
Now, I would argue that would have some type of athleticism involved with it. So this would
Acrobatics,
just be
maybe?
an acrobatics check for you.
Okay.
So here's the yeah, no, just go ahead and roll. So this would be an acrobatics check to see how well you can pull it off. And then if it succeeds, I'll say you can roll the attack roll with advantage.
Okay, so...
If it's like a significantly high check.
I mean, I think 12 is pretty damn good.
12 is enough to pass, so just roll to hit as normal.
Okay. So this is rolling for my rapier, right? Not...
Yeah.
Okay.
For your rapier, and then if you want to use your bonus action to then send one of the blades as well, that's a bonus action. 2 separate attack rolls. Rapier uses dexterity. Your melee spell attack would use your intelligence. I think they're technically both the same to hit, so I believe it's +7 for each. Maybe.
My rapier's saying a 6.
Okay, plus
Plus
6.
6.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that makes sense.
All right.
Right, because
Well,
plus 3.
so that's a 24 for the rapier.
Definitely gonna hit.
So this is the 8, right? Is this the 8?
When
That's
you
the 8. Yep. All right.
super pointy double pyramid.
Yep. Good. Oh, come on. All right, that's a 5.
5 damage. All right.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I'll have my other little guy. I'd like to bring the other thing in there to try to get a little more damage out of it.
All right.
One of the blades.
So yeah, so make a melee spell attack instead. So plus 7.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 26.
Nice. So roll a d10 because you upcast it to level 2
Right.
and succeeded on the check to get more damage on that.
And I think that is it. That's it. Okay. That's just
You don't add anything. It's just a flat.
Just a 2. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that
Well, he
almost.
doesn't have that.
Huh?
He doesn't have that damage. Halve. He's not resistant to that damage. When he went into a
okay.
rage, you could see that your rapier it stuck, but not as far as you think it should, given the momentum you had. But the spectral rapier dealt its full damage, even though it wasn't a whole lot. So in a rage, the Raven Bear was resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Okay. And now I have 3 rapiers left over my head, right?
And you have 3 rapiers left, yes.
And
Yes, so you landed on this guy, you succeeded on the check, so you make the attack. I will leave it up to you if you want to stay on top of this creature. Or if you want to roll off using your movement.
Oh gosh. You know what?
You do, I will point out, if it helps, I believe you have Feather Falling prepared as a spell.
Yep.
So worst comes to worst, if you do fall, you can cast the spell.
I'm going cowboy here. So I'm gonna stay there with my rapier plunged into it and see where it takes me.
All right. So you were there on its back as Valentil showing why he has survived for 745 years.
Are you being sarcastic?
Nope.
Okay. That just sounded like a dig. Yeah, showing why he's been able to survive when he does something so stupid.
No, he's skillful. It reminds me of the line we came up with for him. Beware the old elf, for he has survived too much.
So he hasn't won the Darwin Award yet.
Not quite. Oh, and the weasel landed on the ground. Right. Cool. All right, that's a pretty cool turn. Verdant. Then we saw.
Tough act to follow there.
You guys ready for this?
Oh boy.
So, let me pull it back up. It doesn't say anything about not being able to have more than one creature. I'm guessing I'd only be able to control one of them. Take a bonus action to command them.
Yeah, I would say. Good question. Let's see what it says. If you can use your bonus action to command because there might be a condition here. I'll look that up.
It says,
but our new intern,
command how the
on
creature moves. And then it just says, in the absence of orders, the creature would act how it normally would.
Right. So it doesn't say anything about a limit to how many you can command at once. Cool.
Yeah.
Once 3, beg can't be used again.
Until the next dawn.
Yep. Cool. So basically you pull 3 and then until the next dawn, you can't pull any more. So yeah, you can throw another weasel down there.
Hey, hopefully not a weasel this time. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Going for kitty.
Okay.
Oh.
That is a panther. Let's go.
It's a panther that shows up.
Nice.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw it
20 feet.
Yeah,
you can get your
5,
ruler to
10,
roll.
15, 20. Right there, right past the edge.
There we are.
I did call a kitty.
Yeah, it would be there.
Ooh, you're a good kitty.
All right.
And then I'm going to command it to pounce onto the Raven Bear alongside Valentine.
Nice. So it will pounce on the Raven Bear. Do you want the Weasel to do the same?
Yeah,
You take
you
it more
can try
than
to.
an algae creature, but it doesn't specify it because it's dumb. So we'll say both can attack if you want.
Yeah, he can try to get a lick in too.
It's a party up here.
So the Weasel will roll to lick. And will hit with a 20.
Jeez.
And the Panther will roll to bite. With a 2. Alright.
I love how
I'll
the
say-
weasel's better than all of us.
Yep.
Hitting at least.
Takes 1 more damage, halved. Rounded up to 1. Yeah.
You guys are doing such good work down there.
So, Valentine, you're up there with this rapier in this thing. And then all of a sudden, whoomp, a panther lands right beside you. And then all of a sudden you're like... And the Weasel bites the Raven Bear's eye again, right to your left.
Well done,
With
my
the
little
blood-
furry friends.
With a bloodthirsty look in its eye. It's like the crazed were-rabbit from Wallace and Gromit. And those guys with this thing, if you know what I mean. Alright. Alright. Can the panther rend? Okay. That's what it can do. It makes rend attacks. Alright, that's a pretty cool turn. Arnu and Tinra. Technically Arnu. But you both can go at once. Oh no!
Do the
She's frozen
same
in fear.
and trickery is on. So,
You're within basically 5 feet of it now, I would say. It landed directly beside you. Yeah.
see, okay, I'll switch to the sword then.
Should make that clear. Clearer. Select all these guys, move them within 5 feet. There we go. Okay.
So, first one's an.
I will say, given how many creatures are on this thing's back right now, you can roll with advantage. So we'll ignore the 8, unless it's better than a nat 1.
See, I'm contributing.
Yeah.
One sec.
So yeah, roll to hit with advantage in the second attack, and roll again with this initial attack. We have the 8 here that I can see, and then
I think I rolled worse. It's page isn't loading, but I rolled a 4.
oh no, it's slowed down. 4 plus 6 is going to be 10, so that will miss on the first attack. And then the second attack with advantage, with the offhand. Yeah, it won't load. At least you have your physical dice.
Ooh, burn.
No, I just mean if the page isn't loading.
Yeah, it's a 2. So.
With advantage, though.
Um,
You got a bunch of 2s and a 4.
14. 14.
Plus stuff will hit.
20. 30, 20. So.
No, that was your offhand. So yeah, just roll damage without modifiers.
Right. 4.
Alrighty, it will take 2. As you stab it twice.
And then the Hunter's Mark.
You're welcome to
Hunter's
back.
Mark 1.
Oh yeah, you got to do the Hunter's Mark damage
Fine.
too on that.
5.
Alrighty, well it doesn't have that. Alrighty. It is super angry now. Batinra, you are still up.
I'll just go for it with my crossbow again.
Alright, I don't think you're frightened, so it's just roll to hit. I will say, but given the chaos here, again, just roll with advantage, because it's funny. You got a panther on this back.
23.
Yeah, alright.
Hey.
That'll be good
Decent,
enough for
isn't it?
sure. You're welcome to roll again if you crit, to see if you crit because you have advantage, but
I've
You
just rolled
do?
the wrong thing, haven't I?
no, you rolled to hit again because you had advantage,
Right,
and
okay.
you crit on the hit, so I'll say with the
That's
minimum
better.
max out damage and all the other stuff together, how do you kill this thing?
Nice.
Oh, I feel a bit bad now.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's probably just misunderstood, but okay. It looks like it's in a lot of misery now. Obviously, it's got a weasel attacking it, and it's got a panther sort of ravaging it as well. So I'm
Three
just
animals
going
on it.
to. I've aimed
Which
my
end?
sort of crossbow bolt to go through its throat and put it out of its misery because it chokes in its own blood.
Throat out of its misery.
Well,
Give it a gut wound so it'll bleed out
Let it
miserably.
bleed slowly out of its misery, my
that's better than a gut wound. I mean, what else could I do? There's not much I can do with a crossbow bolt, is there? Really, it's not that.
the whole
it's not-
chest center man. Center
I mean,
man.
when it collapses, I might just go and I don't even have a sword, so I can't really sort of behead it or anything, can I?
Bludgeon it
Oh,
with
no,
your
still ask one of the others, can I borrow your sword, please, just so I could cut its head off and put it out of its misery while it's, I'm
Your
not allowed to do that,
compassion
am
is
I? Anyway,
dangerous.
clerics aren't allowed to use edged weapons, so
Oh,
so no, I'll just have to. I don't really want to beat it to death either, as it's lying there suffering. So yeah, never mind.
unhinged.
It's a bit of a messy.
Cinema's
It's
story.
a bit of a messy death, I'm afraid.
Just grab a loose stone.
It's even worse.
It's just a bit of a messy death. I mean, what can you do?
Oh. The panther and the weasel go at it. Valentil, I guess, is up there. It's
Yeah, I'll
it's
just have to
finally-
shout to somebody. Can someone please just behead it to put out of its misery? I don't really have the
It's-
equipment on me.
It finally dies.
I feel bad
Oh.
now.
Valentil
Nice.
retches off to the side just at how gruesome that death was. Needlessly
Yeah.
gruesome. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, good Paul.
Oh my. Alright, well, success. The panther and weasel will linger. Because they don't disappear until the dawn.
Yep.
That's good.
My furry friends.
Yes. Alright,
I wonder.
Verdandro, you're not
I'm
frightened
just
anymore.
curious. I'm curious. If say you cast that again sometime, and you get another weasel and a panther, would it be the same one? Would it recognise you? You could kind of have a familiar over time, couldn't you?
I would say, as written, unfortunately not, but since
Aw.
mechanically it would make a difference otherwise, we'll say sure.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna pet them both on the head, like, aw, good boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
They make animal noises. And the razor is lit in the tower, and the raven bear is defeated. It seems that this wasn't Raven.
Let's hope not.
That's just as well, isn't it, really? I mean, if he'd been turned into one of those and then we'd just killed him, that would have been an unsuccessful mission, wouldn't it?
Killed. Yep.
Maybe we have to find
More like
other
main-
braziers to light.
All right. Well done. Sort of, for the most part. It's pretty good.
Everyone except for Verdan.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that,
But the
it
weasel.
led to some cool things,
Hmm.
like the weasel.
Yeah, exactly. You provided entertainment value, didn't you? 'Cause we had the weasel and that.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone really took that much damage because I rolled so bad. So everyone is completely fine.
Sweet.
Well, I thought Verdan took 9 damage, didn't he? That's quite a lot.
I was going to say that, but I didn't.
He did take 9 damage.
So I was about to
Relatively
ask,
unscathed.
do you want a cure while
Yes, please.
okay, let's have a go.
And she's feeling like, wow, you guys are so brave.
I'm gonna grab a cure. What have we got here?
And
Oh, it's
while
just
we're
level 1,
saying
shouldn't it?
level 1, 2d8
Level
plus
1, yeah. I'm just gonna click to cast it so that it takes up a slot. Is it run? Has that actually? Yeah, it has updated. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Alright. And while
Or
we're
no, I'm gonna-
deciding...
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm going to have to ask you to do the 32 points of damage thing pretty much every time from here on out instead of not doing that. So just keep that in mind. Strategy. 32 points of damage. Does a really good job.
oh, for goodness sake.
Mm. On my best.
Well, I
Oh, you
suppose.
get 2d8. So, with minimum healing, you're back to full.
Yeah.
Because it's 2d8.
All right. Okay.
So, after the Raven Bear's defeat?
And starting again.
Start again. After the Raven Bear's defeat and lighting of the brazier, the tower is completed. And you're free to continue on to the village, directly to your north now. So as we get ready to walk through the fields and the dales, who is leading the way? What's the party kind of composition look like for traveling? Because it's going to take a little bit longer than a few hours to get there.
Verdan will bravely hang in the back with his 2 furry buddies.
Nice.
You can go at the front.
Yeah. Normally it's
I can stop.
Anu doing the tracking in case they see any sort of signs of people passing or animals and what have you. And I'll go second.
And I'll go third by default.
Alright. So, y'all are a group. The weasel. I picture riding the panther. Or maybe Verdan's shoulder.
Mush! Mush!
He's sitting on my head.
Nice. Even cuter. Alright, so the marching party is this. And then I think it was that. And then like that. And like that. And like that. And like that. Cool. We'll just leave that on the screen like that. Excellent. So you start making your way towards... I was about to say Ravenhorn, but it's not Ravenhorn. Making your way towards the village. Alright. And let's see... anything. Alright. So, as you make your way through the farmland and the dales, you don't see anyone working out at this time of night. Seems to be eerily still and empty. And the only thing you see as you are making your way towards the village is a large shape in the sky, kind of blotting the stars as it flies around, with large wings. Raven Bear? Who's to say? But it doesn't seem to take notice of you as you march along. And
I hope it's
you
not that Raven Bear's parent, otherwise we're in trouble, aren't we? If we've killed its kid.
What do you mean, we?
Yeah.
That was what you...
Thanks for the moral support.
And the weasel. You and the weasel.
Is there anything you guys are discussing as you travel? Or is it in relative silence? Anything you'd like to talk about in terms of what's happened so far, what you plan to do, your intentions, that kind of stuff?
I guess. Yeah, what do we look for when we get to the village?
The wizard fellow, right? Or news about him, I suppose? We're trying to find his location and condition and...
Yep.
Of course, we don't even know what he looks like. Have we got a description of him before?
I don't know.
Do we have a milk
But-
carton with his face on it?
But you've seen him before. At least Valentil has.
Of course,
Back
yes.
Back when he was known as Armel
That's right.
and changed his name. So you would recognize him He had long black hair, but fair skin. And back then he didn't have a beard, but if he did, it wouldn't be surprising if he had it now. And it's been quite some time since then. So there's likely going to be streaks of gray in his hair. And see, I think I have other descriptors of note, but you'd know him when you see him, basically, because you have seen him before.
Right. Cool. There you go.
I mean, well, then, I guess other than that, I don't know if there's much else to talk about on our way there.
Well, we don't know what we've got the missing part of her soul as well, haven't we? We don't know how that's going to manifest itself.
Mm-hmm. Also, apparently, the lighting of the beacons, as it were, it did something. So I'm wondering if we're going to find some more beacons out there we need to light. Maybe that's his consciousness or something, or a summoning thing. I don't know, but the fact that we got attacked by an otherwise docile bat thingy or bear raven makes me think those are key.
Yeah.
Just double check it in my notes. Bleedity. Alright, we're good. Excellent. So if there's nothing more to discuss on your way to the village, you make your way to a quaint little town with a single tower that is reminiscent of the archwizard's tower back in Varheim. Just a little bit different, but evokes the same type of familiarity. And it's basically like resting at the, let's see here, layout this way, at the far east, but in the middle of the village. Layout, rather than far to the south or to the north, it is directly east from the village square. And as you approach the village, there seems to be quite a few people milling about, going on nightly tasks. It is a fairly cool night, but it's pleasant. It's like springtime. So, it is sitting around 13 degrees Celsius. It's a pleasant day. It's a little bit cool. But it's.
I was gonna say, can you tell me in American?
Sure. Oops, it broke. Nope, can't anymore.
You broke American? No.
Yep. I broke the metric system. Alright, so we're looking at 13 degrees. 55.
Oh, okay. A little chilly, but alright. Okay.
And there's a few folks milling about the town, mostly just wandering about. Not doing anything super interesting other than walking from place to place. A couple folks are just talking with each other about the day's events. How was the crop harvest today, George? Pretty good, Steve. That kind of stuff. You walk
George
away.
and Steve, we are in
back.
America then. Okay.
You walk away and you come back. How was the crop harvest today, George? Pretty good. It's
Saw some mud crabs the other day.
It's like repetitive NPC dialogue. Just kidding. But it's that kind of stuff. And you do manage to locate the tavern as well. After a little bit of time, perhaps asking around, with a name called the Satisfied Raven.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Now, is this understood to be kind of like our last when we were in the when we went into the mind? It was there were little NPCs. They didn't really have a personality. They were just kind of there to do the thing. Are these kind of the same thing because they're contained in this orb? They're just constructs of some kind. They're not actual entities of substance.
That would be a fair assumption for Valentino to make.
For he is wise. Okay.
He's something.
He's Valentine.
Enough said.
That's all you need to know. Alright, so there's that. Okay. So, where would you like to go in the village? There's a tower, there's a tavern, and there might be a store here as well, I'm sure.
Maybe the tower has another brazier in it.
Raven's good for gossip, though, isn't it? See if anyone knows Raven.
Which one's closest? What are we going to pass first, tower or tavern?
The tower is at the far end of the village, so you definitely reach the tavern first.
Okay.
And it is more situated around the south side of the village, because presumably that is where most folk would approach from, given that there's all the fields to the south. A lot of folks would be returning, heading into the tavern from that part of the land, rather than from the north, because there's a massive crater there.
And we're not out of nighttime, right? That was what, like 6-8 hours travel?
I need everyone to make a survival check, please. Just relying on sight and direction, so not smell or anything.
So that's just a straight roll then?
Yeah, straight roll, because I
I
know
was
I'm
very
going to have
good.
advantage if it's
14.
on 14.
16.
I always roll good for
Yeah, so
random
14.
checks. Got a 17 on that.
Ferdinand
14.
has good environmental awareness. It doesn't randomly
Yay!
get swallowed by something or fall into a pit of magma. He's good about that. So I heard an 18, 17, 14. Yeah, so it's pretty good stuff there. As you notice the large winged creature flying in the sky, passing over some of the stars, blocking some of their light, you notice that during your travel from the hill you started at towards the tower, and then from the tower to the village, the moon has not moved in the night sky.
That actually reminds me, because I had a question how the animals would work, because it says until next dawn.
Mhm.
Is that gonna apply while we're here, or is it going off of like the outside?
Here.
So if dawn never comes, they're just gonna stick around forever.
Theoretically.
So perpetual night, it would seem, for now.
Or just extremely long.
Okay. But we are seeing people, because you said initially at this time nobody's out, but so despite the fact that it still looks like nighttime, there's now people coming out and going about their daily lives. Is that the...
Yes, going about their nightly lives.
Right. Okay, well maybe they just couldn't afford a sun in this orb. You know, it costs a little more money to have the brighter light, so maybe just skinced out and just made a moon. It's like, we'll call it good.
Gotcha.
I think that's what happened.
Alright. Well, it sounds like you want to stop at the tavern.
Mhm.
So you walk into the Satisfied Raven. And as you approach the tavern, you heard some muffled music being played. But as you enter the tavern, you hear the music being played now. It seems that tonight's a jolly night. People are dancing, singing, playing music. And there is a bard on the stage telling a tale in intermits the music as like a accompaniment. And this bard is looking for his notes. This bard tells a tale about the lost wizard. Come on. Listen to my tale about the lost raven, the wizard who went missing many years ago. Some say he is trapped as a raven. Some say he is cursed to be a were-raven, and some say he is some other type of beast. But as you all know, everything here, every beast, almost every monster, is akin or inspired by a raven. They all have raven features, yes. So he could be anywhere. And he goes on like this. For a little while. And then he starts speaking in Vorse, so you lose track of what he's saying. But then... go ahead.
I was gonna say, so he's speaking a different language.
Yep.
Thought I had it. Oh yeah, I have the first level spell to comprehend languages.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you have a spell slot for that, or is that as a ritual?
It's as a ritual.
Great. So that will take 10 minutes to cast.
Never mind. He'll probably be done talking by the time I finish casting it.
We can yell encore. See if he'll do
Yeah,
it
he's-
again.
Yeah, he says stuff like "Tharsem hin bror raven figure" and stuff like that.
Mm.
Hin svarti raven der.
Sounds like the language of Mordor.
Well, Tolkien was greatly inspired by Old Norse, so yep.
Mm-hmm.
Snuith blindu arafra kraguvegan njorsnurnum.
Well, I mean, if he's gonna go on for a while, I might as well, right? It lasts for an hour.
Kindach raven snua after.
Like, I might as well if he's just gonna go on for a while, right?
Well, intermits casting the spell, or just before, you're welcome to grab a drink, grab something to eat. Because even though the moon has not moved, time has still passed in terms of hunger and that kind of stuff and thirst. So as you approach the bar, unless you just sit down at a table. But either way, someone comes up to you and offers you sustenance. Greetings, travelers, strangers in town. Welcome to the Satisfied Raven. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Is there anything we can offer you for sustenance?
I think my good friend Valentiel would really like the gruel.
Excellent. One gruel coming up. Special of the night.
What else do you have?
Oh, we got fish, potatoes, corn, and venison.
Well, I'll have the venison
Last
then,
one
please.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Venison with corn and potatoes. They got fresh crops and they got game out in the woods. After a few minutes, the bartender comes back with Valentiel's appetizer. One gruel, sir.
Mm.
On the house. And he kind of like looks nervously towards the panther and weasel.
Oh, so I'll. Is there any canon as to how good this gruel is? Is it suitably called gruel because it's disgusting, or is it actually not too bad?
You know, if you don't like it, you can feed it to the panther.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to take a sample, and if I didn't like it, go here, Fido.
For comedic purposes, roll a d20. See how good it is.
Do I add anything to it, or just straight
Nope.
roll? 11.
Just flat. It's slightly above average gruel, but not by much. It's almost flavorless, moist.
Here, little weasel. Come get your reward for all your brave heroics. I set it on the floor.
Yeah, probably better off the venison.
The panther does not eat the weasel. Sorry.
The what?
Panther does not eat the weasel.
Do they eat the gruel?
They eat the gruel.
Good.
Now, I was just thinking about that. Would the panther eat the weasel? Nah, he's under Verdun's control, so everything would be completely fine. Unless the command was given.
Mmm.
Now, the weasel is probably more bloodthirsty than the panther.
I say it'd probably win the way it was going.
But you cast comprehend languages during dinner as it arrives shortly after. And you get a translation of what the storyteller was saying at the end of his story. Where the blue raven flies, the black raven dies. Turn a blind eye from the crow road's spies to see the lost raven return.
And then you translated it again into plain English, and it said...
That would be an investigation check.
Okay.
For Verdun or
whoever wants to try and determine what that means.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try.
Actually, I have in my notes here a nature check is also valid.
I got a 19 myself, so we'll see.
You would think with a +7 I'd get something higher than 10, but 10.
Alright. So a nature check is also valid, if anyone would like to attempt that one.
Which one?
Nature. So you already did your investigation, so
Okay, I'll do nature.
if you haven't rolled yet, yep, that's fair.
15.
Okay, 15. With the 10 investigation, you discern basically at its face value, you could determine that you need to find some location to find a lost raven returned.
What a revelation.
With 15, you recall that it could mean two things. When you were investigating the archwizard's tower, you discovered that a frostfeather raven's feather was one of the spell components for the archwizard's spell that he is working on. Frostfeather raven is a blue raven that is native to the northern parts of Varheim and other parts of Amriel. So it could pertain to that particular type of raven. Or, with a 15, you know that under certain light conditions, a raven's feathers can actually appear blue. So usually this is done in sunlight. So it could either pertain to a frost feather raven or just a regular raven during the daytime, so you can see its blue plumage iridescent in the sunlight.
Okie dokie. Is the bard still singing, or is he chilling now, or what's Bard doing?
Let's see. I would say after about halfway through your meal, he stops what he's doing and comes down to join in the table where his friends are at. Skull! Raises his ale.
I wonder if that thing that's flying around outside is some indication of where we're supposed to go.
Oh, yes, that reminds me.
Possible.
You got higher... I think some of you folks have high investigation checks from before. Sorry, survival. Yes. Someone did have an 18 or 17, I recall. So, with as you were looking up at the sky and you saw that large figure flying overhead, you did also lay your eyes on the Corvus constellation, which is a constellation of stars in a very vague shape of a raven or other corvid type of bird. And that seemed to be the most prominent constellation up there. The other ones that you're used to, back in the mortal realm, seem to be absent.
Okay.
And I guess we'll maybe Denise is still there or not, but if not,
Might just
a couple minutes.
just ask what time it is right now and when are they expecting the sun to come up? It does come up, right? Just to see.
So you flag a passing waiter, and she says, "Yes, my dear."
We're kind of new to this area. Do you know what time it is right now?
Yeah. It's a very good question. It is nighttime, my dear.
I can.
No tip for
Respectfully,
you.
I can see that. How long is the night time?
Sweetie.
I feel like he's going to say, oh, until the sun comes up.
When will that be? Soon.
All right. She replies,
When it happens.
when it happens, no. She replies like, "Oh, whenever you go to sleep. I always wake up at the new day."
Actually is potentially helpful. So maybe if we just go to sleep, it might change the part, whether it's night or day.
Well, then it's relative then, right? Because if they've already slept and woken up, it's bright for them, but it's still night for us.
Well, she said it was night time right now. Didn't she?
Mhm.
So does everybody
it was
fall asleep at
nighttime.
once?
Maybe I'll ask her, when are you going back to sleep, or how long have you been up?
I'll go back to sleep when I'm tired.
Or if somebody renders
Are
you
all
unconscious.
sort of
They don't really have time.
Are you
The same concept.
right?
How about this? How do you know when to stop working?
Oh, whenever we feel tired. And then we go to sleep. And it's a new day.
Does everybody go to sleep at the same time?
Everybody goes to sleep when they're tired.
Maybe
know
we
what?
just go to sleep when we're tired, and that will change the day, time of day. Maybe that'll just be how it works.
I'm
I'm
tired,
thinking too deeply about this.
right?
And then she says, "Sorry to be so blunt, dear, but that's just how it works here."
Or doesn't
Is
work.
the-
Is the shop open? Is the shop open right now, or is that open in the daytime?
Oh, the shop only opens in the morning.
What does it sell?
Whatever you need. Venturing gear, weapons, potions, all kinds of stuff.
Useful.
At very reasonable prices.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Don't ask what reasonable means.
Well,
So do we just want to hunker down for the night then, get us a long rest, recharge everything, and hopefully wake up to the morning?
Yeah.
Go shopping?
Yeah, I think so.
Are there any rooms here, server person?
Well, yes, there is. They're only 1 silver apiece.
Good. Well,
Good.
is there any reason we want to stay up later, do anything, or do we just want to...
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to do anything at night.
Alright. Then the waiter turns to leave. But just before she does so, she says, "Well, enjoy your stay here at the Satisfied Raven. We hope we sated your appetite and quenched your thirst. But I would recommend just paying the Jarl a visit before you leave town tomorrow."
Sure.
Where is he?
Just to introduce
she.
yourself, since you're strangers here. But he would be in the tower at the end of town, to the east.
If this house sounds anything like the dragon, I'm going to throw something at it. So, who are you?
He's an owl dragon.
Right. Of course he is. Well, he'd have to be a raven owl dragon.
Yeah.
And where's the
And
owl, by
then
the way?
The owl?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was just more of a me joke. Because you said who? That sounded very close to an owl.
Oh, so
There's no actual owl.
Oh,
Just Jarl.
I see. Who's got the jokes? I see.
Way less interesting.
Oh, so there is a Jarl here. There's
There's
an
a
authority
Jarl.
figure. Okay.
Jarl in the tower.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find one. Is there anything in particular that y'all do or happens at night that doesn't happen during the day?
I don't know. We just go about our business during the day. The hunters
Mhm.
go hunting game in the woods. The farmers go work the fields. And then we come
Mhm.
back here for revelry.
So you just revel until you get tired, and then you go to sleep.
Yeah, it's a full day. We haven't had adventurers here in quite some time.
When was the last time you had adventurers here?
This would have been too long to remember. This would have been back when the archwizard was still here in the village.
Sounds like the Jarl.
Would it be up?
I was gonna say, it sounds like the Jarl will probably know a bit more, so we can probably ask him about the wizard and stuff in the morning.
Ironically, I find this raven to be particularly unsatisfying in terms of knowledge and decent edibles. But, take what you get when you're in a big glass orb, I suppose.
The venison was very good.
Oh, well, in that case, accept the venison, which is apparently very good.
And you got mashed potatoes and
Potato.
carrots, ear of corn. Oh, good hearty meal. But yeah, if there's no more questions for the waiter, she will walk off. And the funds can be collected at the barkeep or whoever would take them. She could take them too, technically.
Okay.
But you have rooms. As long and short of that. Separate if you'd like. Or one big room.
Yeah.
For the same price.
Save us money. Wait. Wait. So we still have to pay? It's a silver piece per person?
So I'll have one
Minus
each
one.
then.
We'll say it's a 1 silver discount. Yeah, three silver.
Wow. Well, I just say
Still-
we take our own separate rooms.
Alright. So after the meal and the storyteller's tale, you make your way up to your rooms and settle in to sleep. Oh, that's not where this note is. I need to go back up here. Let's see. Okay, I'll have everyone make a percentile check, please.
$32.
100?
80.
Dang.
80. Okay. So you all have pleasant dreams.
I don't think a 4 qualifies for a pleasant dream, does it?
Except for
Okay,
Tinra.
We'll get to that in a second. But Arnu, as the full moon hangs in the sky, the familiar nightmare does not return to your sleep tonight. And instead you dream of something more pleasant. As you all do. Whatever dream you wish to picture in your minds, you have that type of dream. It could be a dream involving cookies,
Classic.
like last time.
More about venison, I think.
Dream about venison. For Tinra, I'm gonna go over here. Actually, I'll leave this one up to you. What would a nightmare for Tinra be on this particular night?
The nightmare would probably be that the last petal falls off the flower, the clover, because then I lose my luck completely.
So, like, Beauty and the beast creature. That tale as the last petal falls, the last leaf falls. Similar type of feeling washes over Tinra. And as you watch as the last leaf falls, you can actually see what happens with that. If you look at your enchanted clover in Inra's inventory beneath, there's a particular spell that you get affected by. So basically, you have an insight into what happens if it actually does. If the last leaf actually does fall. Let's see if I can find it here. For
Okay, let's have a look at it.
Enchanted clover. Doom of Poor Fortune is the spell. And
So there's quite a lot of stuff here to read, so...
I would just say, basically, I think it gives disadvantage on... I don't think this would work. I think it would do that. Give me 2 seconds here. So, because unfortunately, it won't take us to links in the character sheet because it just doesn't allow that. So it's a spell, and you basically get it cast at 8th level. So
Quite high, isn't it?
So you feel this in your dream. So I slept, blah blah. Okay. And more difficult to make, first level. So basically, okay. So how it works essentially is every time you try and make an ability check, you make a charisma save, and if you fail, you don't succeed on the check. So this could be things like Tinra is trying to climb out of a pit and is unable to do so over and over again repeatedly until she eventually gets it but is too exhausted to carry on further. So something like that, which can manifest in a need for an ability check. You have to make a charisma save. That is a pretty nasty spell. And it's cast at pretty much the full duration of what that spell would be. So yeah, a premonition of what would happen if the last leaf falls. That does sound like a pretty crappy nightmare. Alright, but you all wake up. Let's see here. Is it going to be... Alright, let's see here. So how late do you guys sleep is the question.
Until we're no longer tired, I believe, is what the bar maiden would say.
Yeah. Okay. So you wake up and look outside and you see the sun in the sky. And given its position is probably closer to midday by the time you wake up. Rather than early morning.
So would that possibly mean that other people woke up earlier than we did, and so therefore the day officially started when they woke up?
I think you're reading into it too much.
When you all wake up, you all wake up at the same time, unless someone took watch. But it sounds like no one took watch because you're in a tavern. So you all slept at once, and you all woke up at the same time. And as you exited the room in the tavern, there's people just going about their day. So people are awake, doing things. But it is daytime, so give me 2 seconds here. Go here. Uploaded. Scroll down.
Also, I wanted to since dawn happened, and the panther and the weasel are gone.
They are gone.
Oh.
I was gonna say, since the bag recharges every dawn, what if I just threw out 3 new animals just at the start of the day and have them follow me around all day?
Alrighty. So you can mark off a long rest, each of you, because you each have a long rest if you needed to recover anything. I don't think you used too much, though. Sorry, this thing is loading. The map. There it goes. I'll be up in just a second. La-di-dee-dee-dee. La-di-dee-dee-dee. There we go. You'll soon learn the name of the village.
Another very difficult to pronounce word.
Nrohenvar.
You were wrong. Haha, it's easy to pronounce.
It is just Ravenhorn backwards.
Ah. You gotta think I kind of have the feeling that's how the entire language goes. It's just pretty much English in reverse. That's kind of probably the key to it all. Uh-huh. Okay. Alrighty. Well, guess we go down and get some breakfast?
Yeah, you got some breakfast. It's the breakfast special.
What are the
Oh, dear.
odds?
No fish,
What the
please.
heck?
I got 3 4s.
That's over like 400, 400 chance or something like that. I don't do math, but
That's 3 boars.
3 boars.
Jeez.
All right. One of them has golden tusks.
Cut
That's
those
odd.
Puppies off. Make some money.
So you can go ahead and make a nature check or even a religion check would be suitable here. If you were to ask Arnu about it, you would roll with advantage on the religion check.
That's for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask Arnu about that. You said nature?
Religion.
Religion. I forget how to do with advantage.
Right click on the plus whatever and
Okay, yeah, there it is. 22.
Ooh.
Alright. So with Arnu's help, as she worships Freya, or comes from a clan who does, at the very least, we recognize that the boar is just looks like one of Freya's, or Freya's, as it's pronounced here, Freya's boar, Hilsvindi, a magical boar with a golden fur and golden tusks. It just
Wow.
looks like it. Not actually, but just a boar that looks like this particular boar. Since you rolled 3 boars in a row, why not make one of them a little fun?
Yeah, we don't want it to get boring.
Oh my goodness. You lose your inspiration.
How are you not a dad and you're coming up with all the dad jokes?
I missed my calling, apparently.
Too real. Alright. Let us keep it in game. Alright. So, let me get those boars here, and then it sounded like you wanted to get breakfast, which you easily enough do. And I think you wanted to make your way to the shop as well. There you go.
Yep.
Since he's going to stick around for a while. There you go. Here's your buddy. Alright. So you make your way after a quick breakfast and go to the shop. A kindly looking woman behind the counter greets you as you enter the general store. Greetings, travelers. Ah, new faces. Welcome to my shop. Is there anything in particular you came in looking for?
Do you have any arrows to sell?
I do. Any particular arrows you're looking for?
Which, well, regular ones, or just what types do you have?
Because you can make arrows with your fletching kit. There's another Fletcher's kit there. So you can definitely acquire another Fletcher's kit.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
There's a few items you can find as well. So let's see, which would be here? Common or uncommon arrows. So yeah, we'll say there's common and uncommon arrows here. So yeah, you find a couple magic arrows that she directs your attention to, and one of them is an unbreakable arrow. I need to pull up prices here in just a second. So one's an unbreakable arrow, and why isn't that working? Oh well. Yeah, I don't know why that one's showing up, but not the other one. Arrow of... She directs you to arrows you're familiar with. Arrows of damaging and arrows of slaying as well. But for some reason it's not showing up here. Yeah, oh well. So let me just grab the prices on this stuff because it's utterly ridiculous. So Arnie's looking for specialty arrows. Valentil, what are you looking for in here? Anything in particular?
Health potion?
Yeah, there's health potions. Magic items. Nope, that's not what I need. Magic items. Alright, so you're looking for some potions. Alchemy. Verdan, what you looking for?
Also potions as well, but also any magic items.
Okay. Any particular kind of magic item you're looking for?
Maybe like clothing of some kind.
Okay. And then we'll get to Tinra's as well, if she's looking for anything particular. So we'll start with the arrows. So arrows of damaging, let's see, because the common magic items are always 100 gold apiece, but I think to factor that in silver instead, so 10 gold apiece for unbreakable arrows. Arrows of slaying. I'm gonna have to look this up. Slaying. Is it arrows of slaying? Did they just add an S to the end of it? Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Ammunition of slaying. Alright. That's interesting. Alright, well I found it. There is arrows of slaying. Ammunition of slaying is what they call it now. Alright. I guess it can be technically anything. So those are going to be... Oh my goodness. Those are very expensive. 40,000 silver. Who comes up with these prices?
Ridiculous.
Or a great deed. Anyways, so... And then the uncommon ones, which are just another type of arrow. If I can go back here a little bit. It's a special type of arrow. That looks like it's made from a chain, essentially. So it allows you, I think, to grapple a target, from what I'm looking at here. Yeah. So it's an arrow that's essentially a chain that when you shoot it, wraps around a target, and they can become grappled by the arrow. Those are 40 gold pieces apiece.
Jeez. What happened to the whole reasonable price thing? Pretty sure I heard that word in there, but I think that's highly subjective.
Well, it's 40 gold
I'm
pieces,
feeling
but
that
in the table here in the Dungeon Master's Guide, it's 400 gold pieces.
So, do we just get ripped off? Like, are we just getting piddly for what we do with our time here? We're not getting compensated to the same level I think that other adventurers are.
Definitely.
I've got 85 gold to my name. Goodness
You
gracious.
definitely sell some stuff as well. But yeah, these are like magical items because the arrow, unbreakable arrow, they just don't break at all. And the arrow of anchoring, okay, you can only use it once and then it becomes a non-magical chain. But you could work at them and study them using your Fletcher's kit to like reapply magic to that and learn how to make them and that kind of stuff if you have the proper materials. So even though you may buy it once or twice, you have the opportunity to make more on your own and learn how to do that. So during downtime. So yeah, a couple cool arrows here. Both are searchable magic items if you want to take a look at them.
How much are the regular ones?
The regular ones,
The regular one?
10 gold pieces for the unbreakable arrow, and the regular ones are only 1 gold piece for a bundle of 10. And a Fletcher's kit is 5 gold pieces. If you want to get another one of those.
I don't mind chipping in a bit for her if she doesn't have enough money, because that's not really anything I need at the moment.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, shopkeep, how much would you buy a gold tusked boar for?
Well, that could only mean Hilsvindian. He is in Throya's realm.
No, he's right here.
Well, it certainly looks like Hilsvindi. But I highly doubt that he is. And she walks around. Is he friendly?
Of course. Look at him. He's priceless.
But we'll let him go for the low price of 10,000 gold.
Low price of 10,000 gold.
It's only a couple arrows.
Very reasonable.
Just going to make check here. Okay.
Or just in exchange of all the things we want.
Okay, she gets a 10.
It's probably far less than 10,000.
Okay. So it's enough to realize that this is just a regular boar. Or she didn't roll quite low enough. But she will still take the boar. It's still a boar with golden tusks, so it still can be worth a decent chunk of money. And when I can tell this is not Hilsvindi, the legendary boar of myth. This is still a boar in his likeness. I'm sure I can scam someone. Find an appropriate buyer. A certain farmer who would love this. I can't do 10,000 gold, but how much would you be willing to part with such a creature?
What can you do?
It's always the open-ended questions. Alright, let's see here. Why did it disappear? Everything finishes for good. So, it's just a bowl.
Great idea, Valentine, by the way. Great idea.
So it's 4. So if I go buy this, branch 250. Value of gold bar. It's 250 gold. And we'll say each one of the tusks could be that. So it's 250 a piece of 500. And give the nature of the boar value. I will take it off your hands for 2,500 gold.
What?
Provided each of you purchased one of my items.
Fair enough.
Sold.
Alrighty. So, you're welcome to divvy this up if you'd like. Doesn't divide up super nicely. Actually, I think it does. 625 apiece.
I mean, I don't necessarily need anything now, so I don't mind if it sounds like Arnu would have more. Well, how much is your health potion? Let me just figure that out now.
Alright. Let's see. Potion. Potions of healing are worth certain amounts of... Oh, it's being stupid as heck.
I've heard that song somewhere before.
Magic item crafting time. Oh, that's not the thing I'm looking for. Magic items history, magic item this, magic item that, blah blah blah. Just show me how much each is.
Pretty sure I remember it being 5 gold, maybe
5 gold,
maybe
eh?
6. Yeah,
It depends on the rarity of the one you're going for.
Doesn't have to be
super
rare.
rare
Just
ones
be good.
are like 4,000 silver, so 400 gold. The uncommon ones are 40 gold pieces a piece.
Okay. In that case, I might take, wouldn't mind grabbing 80 gold from the pot there just to finance a couple healing potions, if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So if that's for the uncommon one, the common ones are each worth. So it's 40. So 10 gold pieces a piece.
Oh, and what's the difference between common and uncommon?
So it's 2d4 plus 2 for the common ones, and the other ones I think are 44 plus 2, but it will tell you when you add it to your inventory. It'd be the uncommon green one.
All right, yeah, no, I'd if I could do 2 for 80, two uncommons.
All right, so you can add 2 potions of healing to your inventory in the uncommon ones. I think that's superior. Potion of healing. Potions of healing. Greater. That's the greater one. 44 plus 4.
Where do I type that in? Because I'm under inventory, but when I do a search, it doesn't come up. So is it? Where do I have to go to grab?
In your inventory, add items. Potion of healing. Greater.
Add items. Where is it?
Manage inventory. Add items.
Ah. Okay. And greater potion.
Okay.
Is it actually
And
called
then
greater potion?
It's called potion of healing. It might be called greater potion of healing, or just potion of healing in brackets greater.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's green. Okay.
Yeah, it's green. Verdan was looking for potions as well, so similar type of thing, but there's a whole bunch of other potions you can look at.
I was for sure gonna buy one greater potion of healing.
Right.
And what other potions are there?
Alright, so potions. Whole bunch of stuff. Well, there's potion of advantage, animal friendship. Let's see, she only has uncommon stuff, I would say, in potions. Potions of climbing. One that might catch your eye is potion of fire breath.
Yeah, let me look at that.
And let me see here. Is there this mention? No. Alright. And then there's...
I think I'll be good with the one potion. What about magic items?
Potion of growth. Potion of healing touches. A whole bunch of potions. Is there a particular type of potion you would be looking for in trying to find, given the nature of where you are, or what you might be facing, if you ever get out, or what you might find in here? You can think about that as well if you'd like, and then I'll get back to you on the other magic items. And then Tinra, what would you like to purchase?
Are there any more healing kits there? I was just thinking it was quite useful backup.
Yeah, there's more healing kits here.
If I just get one for each of us so I can hand them out to everybody,
Healing kits.
how much would that
And
cost?
I don't think they're that much. I think they're a gold apiece.
Okay,
and
I'll have.
If you want more herbalism kits, you can acquire those as well.
Yeah, I might as well
Right.
do. I'll be a bit greedy while we've got the opportunity, because I'm sure we'll get through them quickly enough.
Actually,
So
it's
if I
5 gold apiece. We saw that here. 5 gold apiece for a herbalism kit, and I don't remember what the other one is, so we'll just say 1 gold apiece for the healer's kit.
Yeah, I just want to get one each so people all have something on them, and then that way, if one person goes down, then we've still got some. If you see what I mean. Also, how much was the potion of climbing again? Because that sounded like it might be useful.
Potion of climbing is a common magic item. Yep. So that is only 10 gold pieces.
And how much did you say we had each from the sale earlier? So I haven't actually put it on the sheet yet.
625 for the sale of the magical boar.
Okay.
Which you lose the familiar, but oh well.
But I'm 625 gold richer.
Some of the prices are outrageous. For a rare magic item, it's 4,000 gold pieces. For reference,
yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
a weekly wage of a commoner is 1 to 2 gold a week.
I'm surprised they have a market for a lot of these things.
It's an elitist. Yeah, how is this place staying in business? This shop would go broke. Like, goodness gracious, this orb is crap. The economy is absolutely busted.
There's also other items around here that are mundane, like actual useful commoner tools, like rakes.
300 gold pieces.
But an unbreakable rake, you see? That's
where they get you.
almost, yeah, that's where they get you. Because that's over a week's wage right there.
Maybe if we fix the orb and it's no longer cracked, maybe the prices will get fixed.
The prices are fixed.
You're not kidding, brother. You all knew that. Goodness gracious.
They're actually much less than what they are.
Oh, also, I guess scrolls. I didn't think about that.
Sorry, excuse me.
I was saying,
They're great for divinity.
All right. Scrolls and clothing. Let's see if she actually has any. Oh, there's a potion of climbing. Ooh, potion of cost. That is expensive as heck. Pugilism. Oh, so it basically gives you hunter's mark. Tastes like spinach. What kind of a... Alright, whatever. I don't make this up. Yes, the whole bunch of common and uncommon potions here. And by the looks of things, and you're looking for scrolls. Scroll. So yeah, you purchase items, so she's happy with that. Scroll of mapping. Alright, let's see what kind of scrolls she has here. She is going to have 5 varieties of scrolls. Most of them are going to be spell scrolls. And common to uncommon, so they're going to be first cantrip to 3rd level spells. You can figure that out later. So spell scrolls and a scroll of map. Cool. You basically find a map. It's called a scroll of mapping.
yeah, I read it. Just maps out a 1 mile area around you.
Yeah. It's like, all right, what else does it do? Displays the names of large and small locations. Okay, depending on the map skill, so you can know where everything is and their names. Use an action to touch the map. Let's see if this is actually here. I will give it a 20% chance that this particular scroll is here. 46. So yeah, this particular scroll is not here. Okay, but you do find spell scrolls and a scroll of protection.
You said a scroll of protection?
Protection, yeah. And let me roll with the 100 here. 30. It would be against dragons.
How much is that?
All right. It's a rare item. So 400 gold.
What are the odds we're actually going to fight a dragon?
So what's this do?
Might be a
Five
raven
ammunition.
dragon.
For 5 minutes, creatures specific type can't enter anything in the area. So basically, 5-foot emanation.
I guess
Oh,
kind
okay.
of like in Baldur's Gate where it creates like the dome.
Yeah, it's not a global invulnerability, but basically a dragon wouldn't be able to use melee attacks against you. Or if you get blasted with a fire breath, I guess that wouldn't necessarily affect you. Because it says you can't enter or affect anything in the air, so the fire breath would do nothing.
But just in that specific 5-foot area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a pin in that one because I haven't seen the magic items yet.
Alright. So there's that, and then you're looking for... Let's see. Alright. So, on one of the mannequins, you see a cloak just billowing by itself. And that is a cloak of billowing.
Okay.
While wearing this cloak, you can take a bonus action to make it billow dramatically for 1 minute, and that's all it does. There's a discount on that. It's only 2 gold pieces.
Screw it, I'll buy it.
Alright.
I want a fake cloak.
But before you buy that, let's see if there is another type of cloak here. So let me give it a D8 here. How many cloaks?
I'm totally gonna buy. I'll just give it to someone else.
Okay, so in addition to that singular cloak, there is only one other cloak. Ooh. I think it's Cloak of the Raven. Raven. Is that what it's called? Cloak of the Raven?
I see
Cloak
it.
of the Raven. Yeah. You can grip the edge of the cloak, use it to fly. Okay, so you gain a flying speed of 30 feet. Only while you're in dim light or sunlight. So that's almost everything except dark caves. And nighttime.
I'm gonna take both of those cloaks.
Nice. Now, the other one's uncommon, so it's a little bit more expensive at 40 gold. But yeah, the Cloak of Billowing is 2 gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna take both.
Nice.
And if anyone wants that cloak of billowing,
You look super cool.
yeah, I'll donate it to someone.
Might take it.
I think... Nice. Valentine already has his Cloak of Protection, so he's got a cloak. It's the same one
Billowing
that...
cloak.
Nice.
Coat.
Yeah, Valentine has the same cloak that wrapped around Tinra's face.
It came
Yeah, I
out a
haven't
little
forgotten
strong.
that.
Yeah, I'm good with the potion and 2 cloaks. I guess the scroll's a bit expensive. I want to walk away with some of the money we got off of this, very justified sale.
Yep. Totally. The shopkeep winks at you. You know for a fact she's gonna like upsell that by like 100%.
As long as she does it in the next, 12 hours.
Yeah, don't get tired before you sell it.
Why is that?
Just to make sure you're mentally acute and able to really get a good bargain for it.
Yeah, so you can get the most amount of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it sick?
No, it's probably the healthiest it's ever been and ever will be.
Now she's suspecting something is a bit off with the board. So you can go ahead and roll. You're both talking, so one you can roll with advantage, but this will just be persuasion check. And the only thing that will change is her attitude towards you.
Yeah, she already made the sale, so.
Yeah. It will affect things going forward in the shop, but
Persuasion?
What's your persuasion?
-2.
Okay, I guess I'll have +1. So I guess I'll roll with advantage.
it's not going to be a very high DC.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, well, I clicked advantage and it didn't roll 2 of them, so hold on. Okay, that's better.
14's good. 14's good enough. She says, all right. I'll find a buyer quickly, given your advice. She narrows her eyes. She knows something's going on with the boar, but she listens to your advice. Ostensibly. All right. So everyone's got the items added. Everyone's got that all good in their inventories, marked off the gold, all that mundane stuff, and added the gold.
I didn't know how to add the gold.
Let's see here.
I'm still sitting at what I had before.
So you go to your
I'm not really up to
inventory.
maths this time of night. I'm half asleep, I'm afraid. I'm struggling now, so...
I know, that's why I was asking if everyone's good. We can just end the session there. Just give me a second here. I'll add it later. It's under inventory, and oh, there it is. You just click currency, gold, 625. You have to click the little gold icon.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. So as you leave the shop with a few fresh magic items and other items that are very useful. Having sold the boar his Vindy, you start making your way towards the tower. You heading there? Or are you venturing out into the world?
Yeah, we were gonna go talk to the Jarl.
Start making your way towards the east end of Nrohinvar to go speak with the Jarl, whomever that might be. And we'll end the session there. Thanks, everyone.